when 10,000 euros buys you a rival's ruin, Abu Dhabi. The final practice session of 2025. The garage door opens, the release is given, and in the pit lane, contact Mercedes released their rookie driver straight into the side of Red Bull's Tsunoda, causing damage to Tsunoda's floor and bargeboard area. The penalty? 10,000 euros. The same fine you pay for speeding in some Formula One paddocks. But here's what makes this Saturday in Abu Dhabi so revealing. This wasn't the first time. This wasn't even close to being the most expensive mistake Mercedes made this weekend. Because in the championship deciding finale of the 2025 season, Formula One just proved something dangerous. You can wreck a rival's race weekend. And the bill is less than what some drivers spend on their watch collection. Let's set the scene properly. Vivi's Practice 3. The final practice hour for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix Formula One. The last chance for teams to fine-tune their cars before qualifying determines the grid for the championship decider. For Red Bull's Yuki Tsunoda, this session was critical, not just for data, not just for setup work, but because he was fighting to prove his worth in his final weekend with the team before a potential move at foreign, was making the most of the final opportunity to prepare for qualifying. Formula One, the championship hanging in the balance between three drivers, separated by just points. And then Mercedes pressed the button. According to official reports and team radio, Tsunoda's Red Bull was making its way down the fast lane when Antonelli was released by Mercedes. What happened next wasn't subtle. Antonelli ended up tagging the right rear corner of the Red Bull, destroying critical aerodynamic components in the process. The immediate reaction told you everything. Over the radio, Antonelli was heard saying after the contact, "Ma, Yuki. You told me yes, and it was... Tsunoda was coming." Translation. The communication failed. The release was wrong. And another team session just ended in the barriers. But that was just the opening act, because what came after this collision? The investigation, the verdict, the penalty revealed something far more troubling about Formula One's enforcement system. Mercedes knew they were in trouble. Immediately in principle, Toto Wolff didn't hide, didn't deflect. "First of all, I'm sorry for Yuki because I think we damaged all of the good bits of his car. Was our mistake. We need to identify what happened," he told Sky Sports F1 Ray Honesty, in a sport where admissions of fault usually come wrapped in legal language and strategic hedging. The FAA stewards launched their investigations, summoned both teams, reviewed telemetry, video footage, team radio transcripts, and they reached their verdict. Mercedes was guilty of an unsafe release, the penalty. The stewards handed Mercedes a 10,000 euro fine for the incident. Motorsport justice served. Case closed, except not quite, because buried in the stewards' official document was a line that changes everything about this story. The competitor of Car 12's Antonelli conceded that the team was in a bit of a rush due to the prior red flag, and also noted that there was no fault that could be attributed to the driver as he was following the instructions of the team, the stewards explained. A rush. That's the official reason. Red Bull's entire FP3 session compromised because Mercedes was in a rush. Now here is where this incident transforms from accident into precedent. The stewards included one critical sentence in their verdict that most people scroll past. The penalty they gave Mercedes was the same penalty Ferrari received following a similar collision between Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris in Singapore. Read that line again. Process what it means. This isn't the first time a team destroyed a rival's session with an unsafe release this season. Singapore. Abu Dhabi. Two separate incidents, same outcome, same penalty. 10,000 euros. Both times, think about the math here for a moment. Formula One teams operate under a budget cap of approximately $135 million. They spend months developing floor upgrades that cost hundreds of thousands. They fight over tenths of seconds like nations fight over territory. And the penalty for wrecking another team's critical practice session, less than 0.01% of their annual budget, it's not a deterrent. It's a parking ticket. The revelation gets darker when you consider the timing. This happened in FP3 of the championship decider, the session that directly feeds into qualifying, which determines grid position for a race worth everything. Tsunoda's Red Bull was making its way down the fast lane, following standard protocol, when Mercedes made their call. And now, his floor was compromised, his data collection window closed, his qualifying preparation